Disney's finally coming to their senses by the looks of it, and what I mean by that is that they aren't the Federal Reserve and have unlimited amounts of cash that they can create out of thin air. Because ultimately, that is what Disney has been doing for this past half a decade, and that being spending insane amounts of money to obtain franchises and companies. They bought Fox for $71 billion, knowing that Fox was insane amounts of debt. And we can't forget Disney buying Star Wars for $4 billion, and it's safe to say that they still haven't made their money back from that purchase. And why was that? Because Disney's sequel trilogy tainted fans. They had the golden egg and dropped it once again. And now they're facing repercussions and having Bob Iger himself saying that output is going to have to be slowed down and costs are going to be minimized across the board. And it looks like Kevin Feige is going to have to learn how to manage money, especially when each new Marvel release is ending up costing more and more than the previous one. It finally does seem that brains are starting to function properly when it comes to the people running Disney, and that could possibly to do something with Nelson Peltz, as he was the main figure to call out Disney on the crazy amounts that the company was spending. As we get into this article, after years of Marvel and Star Wars movies, the shows inundating screens, big and small, Disney is putting the brakes on the output of some of its biggest franchises and brands following Bob Iger's February 8th comments that the company needs to be better at curating franchise content that's extraordinarily expensive. Added Iger, we want the quality on that screen, but we have to look at what they cost. And the funny thing is that these movies cost Disney a fortune to make, and yet quality across the board is degrading. We have seen it with She-Hulk, and the only thing that show is known for is how bad the CGI is. Then you have Thor: Love and Thunder, and soon to be Ant-Man 3 with MODOK. With the bad quality that we're getting, is all because VFXRs don't want to work with Marvel because of the company having a toxic work environment. Having Marvel's VFXRs being underpaid and overworked, which doesn't sound like a pleasant experience, and that is why Marvel as a company in general is being understaffed because no one wants to work for them. As we continue on, the directive to rein in cost and output arrives as Disney prepares to release Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania on February 17th, and The Mandalorian Season 3 awaits its March 1st Disney Plus debut. Marvel is Disney's most important supplier of product. The subsidiary is the highest output, and under Iger's directive, it could feel cuts the soonest. There is going to be a level of rigor on Marvel and across the entire company. One company insider says numbers matter now, and costs are going to be outlined and enforced. I'm not sure who asked for or wants to see shows like Ironheart or Agatha Coven of Chaos, or even Nova on screen, which is why many of these Marvel shows don't even crack the top 10 list when it comes to streaming minutes, and that speaks volume, as you can see here on the Nielsen ratings. It's also not a good sign when you have Marvel tinkering in post-production, because that means that either the quality is bad and they're fixing it, or they have terrible scenes that need reshoots to be taken place. And either of those don't sound good to me. Disney has spoon-fed money to Kevin Feige because he never had limits when it came to producing new movies or shows, to which we have seen when Kevin Feige took full control of Marvel, Marvel as a company has degraded itself. And as Kevin Feige pointed out, the pace at which we're putting out Disney Plus shows will change. Geez, I wonder why it will change. Maybe because people are disinterested in the damn shows that are being produced because no one likes these characters, and that fatigue has already set in with the vast amounts of quantity that has been produced by Marvel. And that is what happens when you don't treat your VFX artists with respect, as they are the ones that bring the Marvel Cinematic Universe to life, and without them, none of this would exist. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.